There is another clarification, sir. The Quran says, Inna awwala baitin wudi'a lin-nasi lillazi bi Bakkata mubarakan hudan lil alamin.
Lallazi bi Bakkata.
Lallazi bi Bakkata. Why then? Of course, we only do when we come into power, but at present, it may be for state or political reasons, non-Muslims are not allowed to enter Mecca.
Non-Muslims are allowed by the Holy Quran to enter Mecca. Nobody stops them. And even today they are permitted to go to Mecca. Who says not?
I think they don't allow non-Muslims, sir.
No, they do. They go to Mecca. All these companies which are working there, the American companies and the British companies and many ambassadors also go there. So quite a few non-Muslims who visit there. Yes, no. What happens is that they don't permit Hajj to mushrikeen.
Yes.
And that is also an issue which is debatable in itself. What happened was that after the victory of Islam, after the conquering of Mecca, the Holy Quran revealed that the mushrikeen, the idolaters, should not be permitted to enter Kaaba now, and that is forever. Now that verse is interpreted differently. Some orthodox mullahs, and they are in majority, they say that this means that no mushrik would ever be permitted to enter Kaaba from then on. And some other scholars believe that it does not mean that at all. It means that they will not be given ascendancy over Kaaba after they have once been turned out. That is to say, it will not be permitted to them to turn it into a house of idolatry after it has again become a house of worship of one God alone. So the mushrikeen from now on will have nothing to do with the affairs of Kaaba. The Arabic text also bears this meaning out and fully supports this. So if it is a matter of interpretation now, as far as Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam's own conduct is concerned, he permitted mushrikeen to enter Masjid al-Nabi. And when Sahaba, some of the Sahaba, objected to their entering and said they are najas, that is, they are filthy people, uncouth people, Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not accept it. In fact, he didn't like these words in relation to those mushrikeen and said, no, let them enter the mosque, because the filth which is mentioned in the Holy Quran has nothing to do with their bodies. That is the filth of the soul, and it will not defile my mosque. So this was his own magnanimous conduct. So the present day tragedy is that the Muslims are completely destroying Islam and distorting Islam against the conduct of Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself. So a paradox is increasing between the reality of Huzur Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the imaginary Islam which is now being created by the mullah. The imaginary Islam becomes more and more heinous and intolerable and uglier as far as it is removed from the reality of Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which remains beautiful and shining. So what is the crime of Ahmadiyya? They are trying to remove this parallax. They are putting Islam back in its proper order under the feet of Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam and in the character of Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because he is beautiful and he will remain beautiful forever. So the Islam, which is in fact his action and his practice, when it is put back in its proper perspective, and there is no difference left between Islam and the reality of Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then Islam would immediately begin to appear most beautiful and captivating to the eyes of the West and to other eyes as well. So this is the most unfortunate affair, and this is our crime for which we are being punished by the rest of the Muslims. Why don't you try to make Islam appear beautiful to others? While here we are, and there also we poor things are helpless. They want to identify Islam with their shapes and their characters and their inner thoughts and their actions. And you know they are so repulsive that if you go near them, it is a punishment in itself. So because they claim the guardians of Islam, so they want to bring Islam closer to them, and for that they have to bring it away from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because they are not the same as Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It will be an insult to the character of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam if somebody says, even remotely mentions the fact, makes the claim that the mullah is exactly the same thing as Huzur Akram was, na'udzubillah min zalik. That is the greatest insult that you could imagine to Huzur. So naturally they drag Islam and say, we are Muslims and this is Islam. And because they are hateful in character, in their thinking, they are narrow-minded and extremely intolerable of everything rational. So Islam also acquires a shape which is their shape. And for that they naturally have to bring it away and snatch it away from the person of Huzur sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is what's happening today.